So in doTERRA, you can be a consumer and enjoy the products. You can build a small business if you just want to augment your income. Or the sky's the limit, right?
Yes.
Sky's the limit. And Kenny is an example of a man who knows the sky's the limit, and he's going to tell us step by step how you can become a presidential diamond.
Good. As you mentioned, most of doTERRA, 89% are just consumers only. But for the 11% that really want to make something out of this, like you say, it can be as big as you want. But here's the recipe, here's the formula for at least what has been helpful for me or successful over the past 5 years. And we'll go step by step. Number one, the identification of key leaders, being very, very selective.
You mean on who you put on your front line? Who are these key leaders?
So anybody on the business aspect, of course, anybody who wants to use the product, of course, anybody, you'll put them into the organization. But on the business, since we're talking about the business, you want to put anybody who you put on your front line, you want it to be people who you feel can be a presidential diamond. They have the integrity, they have the drive, they have the commitment, they have the resourcefulness, the assertiveness to be able to go all the way in the company. So I'm very, very selective on who I put on my front line. I don't pick just anybody. Number two is as they ask questions, and of course, again, doTERRA does not need to be a high-pressure sell. The opportunity is good enough on its own. But if you present the opportunity right, people will recognize that it's significant. So the second part is presenting the doTERRA opportunity, which consists of doTERRA the company, doTERRA the products, and doTERRA the business, in that order.
Say it again. doTERRA the company.
doTERRA the products.
doTERRA the products.
And doTERRA the business.
The business. Okay.
I tell them about the company. doTERRA is a debt-free company. They started in 2008. The 7 executives of the company have a phenomenal vision of partnering with farmers all over the world and extracting the very best plants and oils possible on the planet. doTERRA is the #1 essential oil company in the world. And it's because they have such a high level of quality that they seek. Everything is 100% pure, certified, grade, natural.
But I hear you saying it's integrity from the very top.
It is, yeah. They are so focused on the quality of the product. That is at the heart of their mission, is to deliver the highest quality product, and they do. And that's why people notice a result. That's why it's different than anything you could get otherwise. And so that emphasis on the company and also their commitment to humanitarian efforts and the contribution they make throughout the world in that regard too is part of that culture as well.
So what's the next thing?
Next thing are the products, and I go over my experience.
I mean, products can be never ending. I mean, you could spend days and days, weeks and weeks. My wife Rose studies this, so you can't, obviously, nobody knows everything about the products.
No.
So you have to distill it down to what we call an elevator pitch, probably.
Yeah. Well, and for me, I go into my first initial experience with the products, the experience with my wife's migraine headaches, or their kids with a burn, or one of my favorite products in doTERRA, probably my favorite product, is Lifelong Vitality. It's a day-to-day supplement.
I don't know if we're going to have that in Brazil, though, right away, are we?
Probably not right away, but eventually they'll come up with some kind of formulation that will be compatible. But the oils, you have over 200 products. And so there's something for everybody. And the impact, the oils are safe, they're effective, and without side effects. I mean, when you think about it,
without negative side effects.
Without negative side
effects. Like I say, it has the oils have a lot of side effects.
Yeah.
All of them
positive.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, when you think about it, I mean, pharmaceutical drugs, I mean, they're so overused.
Toxic.
They're so overused. But when you have something that's natural, safe, and effective, people are looking for a solution, a natural solution to healthcare. And doTERRA just came in at the perfect time. So I tell them my personal experience. I'll go over some of my favorite products: Serenity for sleeping, Melaleuca for skin conditions. They have even a weight loss product called Slim and Sassy. So they have a wide array of products, from essential oils to daily supplements to spa products, facial type products, and then everyday living products.
So you don't try and get into detail of the chemistry of the oils. You just tell them, basically give them an idea of what the oils can do for you in your life.
That's right. An overall view, and each one of these segments should last maybe 15 minutes. 15 minutes on the company, 15 minutes on the product, and then 15 minutes on the business.
Okay, so what do you say about the business?
So the business I go into, it is a vehicle. doTERRA is a vehicle to accomplish, to get them to where they want to be. So if that's better health, doTERRA is a solution, a vehicle for them. If it's financial security or peace of mind, doTERRA is a solution for them. If they want more time, and usually I have found with high quality leaders who are already successful, they may have done very well in their business, but the one thing almost always that they're lacking is time.
Yeah.
Everybody wants more time. Everybody. I don't know anybody that I've ever encountered, a high-level leader, that has not told me they don't want more time.
Interesting.
And so as I have worked with leaders over the past 5 years, all of my top leaders now, they take time. They're away from corporate America. They're their own boss, and they have the time to be with their families, time to serve, time to travel, time to put things that are high priority to them. So I show them how doTERRA, the business, can be a vehicle to get them to where they want to be, whatever that is, whether it be health, financial independence, or time, or all three.
And this is your formula for having become a double diamond.
Yes.
So let's recap it.
Okay.
Number one, or I'd say find leaders.
Find leaders.
Find great leaders. Take your time. Find great leaders. Put them on your front line. They'll need 6 great leaders who are committed
To go all the way.
to go to
Presidential diamond.
to presidential diamond. And when you find a person you think is a leader, the first thing you talk to them about is
The company.
the company. You talked about the integrity of the leaders. You talked about the integrity of the product. You talked about the outreach of the good things they do for many of these third world countries where they extract the products.
Yes.
Paying fair wages to the farmers. I know they've had these where they've they brought water to small towns and villages, built schools.
Hospitals. Yeah.
And so you talk about the company, the good that it does. Then you talk about
The products.
and you talk about the products, you tell your personal experience.
Yes.
And you don't go into the chemistry of everything.
No. Because there's so much to cover, and there's actually several books, where they can get the chemistry and the scientific studies of every single product. In fact, even now on doTERRA's website, they will break down the products for you. And so you have that at your disposal in being a distributor. You have that. So I tell them my personal experience. I also spend a lot of time on the retention. I can't say enough about the uniqueness of the retention.
Well, in an MLM, it seems that retention is extremely important. Because if you register somebody and you have people going out the door faster than people coming in the door, you're just spinning in place, right? You're running in place. If you get people to come in and stay, and you bring another person, and they stay, and they stay, that's how you build a business.
It is. Otherwise, it's like you say, it's like filling up a bathtub, and if your retention is only 5 to 10%, by the time you fill up the bathtub, it's already gone out the drain. You know. But doTERRA, it's like putting a plug in the bathtub, and it fills, and it fills, and it fills. No one goes away because they love the products, and so the retention. Having that type of retention is the reason why the business becomes so significant, because once you sign up somebody, you sign them up for life.
Yeah.
They never go away. So after 10 years
now?
We're
lifers.
Yeah. Yeah. and after 10 years, doTERRA is 65 to 70% retention. It's unheard of.
Amazing.
And how doTERRA, the business, the sharing, finding leaders, can become a vehicle to advance their personal interests, health, financial peace of mind, time. And once I have presented all 3 of those elements, about 15 minutes each, about 45-minute presentation, they connect the dots and they can see how doTERRA can be a vehicle for them to get where they want to go.
All right, so you've talked to this person, you've given them those 3 points. Now what do? Because the minute you walk away, they're going to be off onto something else, perhaps.
Yes. And most of the people that I'm talking to, I've chosen to always go international. So most of my whole organization is international. So when I'm talking to them on a phone or by Zoom or wherever we're at, The next,
This would be number 4.
This would be number 4, would be sharing the product. Send product to them.
So you send them some products,
I do.
just free.
Free.
Great.
And I say no obligation. I'm going to send you a product. And remember, I've already been very selective with my leader already. So I already know that I'm approaching a quality person.
You don't do this with everybody. You don't
No.
have to send everybody.
No.
Yeah.
So I make sure that it's a quality leader. But at that point, I send them product, no obligation. I say, listen, try the product for yourself. Okay? No strings attached. If you don't like it, no big deal. But I know how they're going to respond because everybody responds the same way to the products. They love them.
Yeah.
So I send the products, and then I send over about 4 emails to them. The first email is a general facts of doTERRA. It shows general facts of the company. It shows a few facts of the retention, and it shows a few facts of the business, average income for the different rankings. I send that email to them. I send them an email about Healing Hands, the humanitarian side of doTERRA and what they do. I send that to them. Third, I send them an A to Z guide on what products to use for different ailments. Mm-hmm. And then the 4th email is a video they did when we hit Presidential Diamond a couple of years ago. They did a short segment on our family, on our journey in doTERRA, and I also will send that to them as well. So after I send that, the emails and the products, I will follow up with them immediately a few days later or once they get the products. Usually after I send the emails, I'll call them up and I'll say, I'm going to call you in 2 days. I call them, I said, did you review the emails? Yes, we have. Do you have any questions? And I'll answer questions. A few days after that, they're receiving the products. They know how to apply some. I will educate them on what to use for certain things that they might have trouble with or they have a question about. Once that happens, once they've tried the products at that point, they've seen the emails, we've talked through that, then they're ready to be signed up.
You know, Kenny, we had the same experience several years ago when Rose and I went to Brazil. And Brazil was not even open. doTERRA was not open in Brazil. We had to bootleg the products in, and the Alfándega would confiscate our products half the time. We never had to really sell anyone. The products sold themselves. I think Rose and I achieved the rank of, did we gold?
Gold in 2 months.
It's just a few, I think it was more than that. No, it was, it was like 3 months. We went gold.
Fast.
We went gold, and everybody we talked to signed up. Brazil is going to be an amazing market.
Oh, it is. Even when I went over there a couple of years ago, before the market even opened, I mean, the interest level was bigger than in any country I've ever been to. I have teams in 54 countries now.
Wow.
And of any country I've ever been to, I've never seen so much eagerness for quality products in that regard. And so I have no doubt Brazil will absolutely be phenomenal. It will explode. You watch. And we're almost there.